Do you think before doing any startup, a student should have the actual experience from the industry?
Not necessary, but there is a gap between industry and academia. There is a gap between theory and practice. There is a gap between research and innovation. And once the curriculum is as per the industry, whatever product the institution, academic institution will generate will be definitely meet the requirement of the industry. So students should focus whatever they want to do. They must develop the skills. We are hiring the faculty in our university having at least 3 or 4 years of industry experience is compulsory. Rather than job seeker, there should be job creator. Look at to the great industrialist. Initially, everybody fails. So failure is not a fail. Failure is the experience.
नमस्कार, मेरा नाम है प्रभव और आप देख रहे हैं एजुकेशन पोस्ट। मेरे साथ हैं डॉक्टर आर डी पाटीदार सर, जो कि ओपी जिंदल यूनिवर्सिटी के वाइस चांसलर हैं। थैंक यू फॉर कमिंग सर। सर, मेरा सबसे पहला सवाल है कि ये जो इंडस्ट्री एकेडमी कॉन्क्लेव हो रहा है, इससे क्या आउटकम आएगा और इससे क्या बेनिफिट्स होंगे?
देखिए, सबसे पहले तो मैं धन्यवाद देना चाहूँगा FWA और IIRF को कि दे हैव ऑर्गेनाइज सच ए वंडरफुल इंडस्ट्री एकेडमिया कॉन्क्लेव on the challenges and problems of the higher education institutions. The most important thing is nowadays we see that many engineering the technical institutions are coming and the students are coming from various institutions across the country are unemployable. The most important reason is there is a gap between industry and academia. There is a gap between theory and practice. There is a gap between research and innovation. So such kind of platform will provide how to bridge this gap. In OP Jindal University, Raigad, Chhattisgarh, our university belongs to a small place, but it is surrounded by so many industries. And the philosophy of our management, Mr. Naveen Jindal, is like a medical college cannot open without a hospital. How an engineering institute should open without industry. So we have a strong industry ecosystem, industry connect, and we are involving industry expert in designing the curriculum, pedagogy, and the assessment system. The curriculum nowadays required is a skill-based curriculum, technology-driven curriculum, and the most important thing is the pedagogy which the institution should adopt should be the experiential and problem in project-based learning.
Definitely. And I'd like to know more about industry academia. So basically, we are not, everyone in the industry says that we are not, institutions are not following what they need. And the institutions say that the industry is not taking over the institutions. So, what do you think the gap is? Where is the gap?
The reason is the gap of hands-on training. Gap is gap of on-job training. Actually, whatever the industry needs, we should not only involve the industry expert for delivering the task. We should invite them in as a co-partner, as a designer of the curriculum. Once the industry expert will be part of the co-partner of designing the curriculum, definitely the things which is required for the industry will be part of the curriculum. And once the curriculum is as per the industry, whatever product the institution, academic institution will generate will be definitely meet the requirement of the industry.
Thank you, sir, for this. As we talk about students, even they are confused about their career. They don't know where to go. They are literally confused about their career. So, what suggestions do you like to give them?
I would like to give suggestion to the student that based on their interest, based on their strength, and based on their expertise, they should choose the field. There is no scarcity in any of the field. The only thing is whatever the student should be based on his interest, based on his strength. So students should do their own SWOT analysis. What is their strength, what is their weaknesses, what are the threats and opportunities available. And based on that, if they will select the career, definitely they will opt a good career.
Definitely, but many students are still not figuring out what their skills are, what their SWOT analysis. They can't do that. So how you and your institution?
I would like to say that nowadays the companies are giving preference to skills. So students should focus whatever they want to do. They must develop the skills. If suppose a students want to go in mechanical engineering, they should do something by hand. Once the students do by hands-on training, on-job training, and improve himself, his or her skill, definitely the companies will hire the students having the skills.
Uh, what are your views on UGC's new policy that POP, Professor of Practice?
National Education Policy and UGC policy promote the professor of practice. This is a wonderful policy. In UGC have given that 10% faculty should be opt as a professor of practice, but we in our university around 20% faculty we are hiring as a professor of practice, and even not only the professor of practice, but we are hiring the faculty in our university having at least 3 or 4 years of industry experience is compulsory, because if the faculty do not have the industry experience, if you will continuously not train the faculty with the industry, it is very difficult for the faculty to upgrade the students with the recent technology used by the industries.
Definitely. So my last question is like the students are running as a rat race for the jobs, for taking the last taking for jobs. So what do you think? Should they focus more on skill development and making their startups, or just go for the jobs or something?
Rather than job seeker, there should be job creator.
Job creators.
So startup and entrepreneur skill is also very, very important. In every institution, there is some kind of innovation cell, some idea labs, or the incubation center. Students, those who are willing to do their own enterprise, should spend some time in the incubation center, in the innovation center, because the innovation, creativity, critical thinking, problem solving ability, these are some of the skills which is required to start their own startup. Whatever the idea conceived in the mind of the students, how idea can be converted into business. So yes, the student should be job creator rather than the job seeker.
Definitely, and like more students, a few students, they just go for startup just after completing their studies, and sometimes they fail too. So how should the institution try to develop their skills and try to help with their startup so that they cannot fail? Like failure is a
See,
second thing.
if you look at to the great industrialist, initially everybody fails. So failure is not a fail. Failure is the experience. So it is a kind of learning by doing. So once the students will do, they will learn. So I don't think anything is a failure. If there is a passion, if there is a willingness, if there is a commitment, and there is a determination, no one can stop to achieve the goal or target, whatever the students are, anybody wants to achieve in the life.
Just one last question. Like, do you think before doing any startup, a student should have the actual experience from the industry?
Not necessary, but the most important thing is the student must clear the basic fundamentals in the area he or she want to do something. Second, whatever nearby industry they have, they can go and learn the experience. And the most important thing is the identification of the problems. So identification of problem is almost 50% of the solution of the problem. So once if the students is very much clear where to go and the road, how to go, then I think it's very easy for them to achieve the goal.
Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing this insight, sir. It's wonderful talking to you. Thank you so much.